Okay, good morning, everybody. Happy Thursday. Thanks so much for joining us. Last day of the season. We'll see you in a month. Don't go anywhere. Stick with us. Don't leave. We'll be back with God's help. Dilution of hours, responsibility, doing hard things. Do them first. Let's talk about one last thing. What is it that I can control? I can't control other people. Easy. I can't control what people think. I can't control what will happen. If you really think about it, you can't even control what you're going to do. Right? How many times have you done this where you've said, I'm going to do something and it doesn't work out? Or you never get to it? You can control it a little bit, but not really. What can you control? There's only really one thing you can control. Everything else is in need of massive divine intervention. The one thing that you can control is your desire, your intention. In Hebrew, this is called your ratzon. What happens sometimes in life is that we skip the step of desire. We sort of navigate life without intention. We do things without intention. We parent without intention. We work without intention. We engage in rituals without intention. We just do them. And in doing them, they're not effective. They're not powerful. The area that is almost uniquely given to us to control is not necessarily what we do or say, because that really requires more divine help. But the area that I believe he gives us is what I want. What I really want. Not what I'd like. What I want. You know, every day we have this prayer called Ashrei. And in the prayer, there's a line, maybe the most powerful or most famous of the lines. It says, I'll say it in Hebrew and I'll translate. It says, Potech et yadecha. God opens his hands. Masbia, and he's satisfied. L'chol chai ratzon, to all the living desire. In many ways, the way you read that is, what he satisfies is the desires. You could do something, but you don't really want it. And that's why you don't get it. You can not do as much, but you really want it, and things happen. The world, in many ways, falls to the desires of people. And you see this all the time. Those who want it more win. We skip the step of articulating our desires. We skip the step. We're too busy. We get on the treadmill too early to have any articulate intention. We don't slow down before a meeting and create an intention. I want this to go like this. I want this to go well. Give me the words. We don't go home and have a clear desire to connect. We don't live our lives with intention. And as a result, the hours dilute. What are the things that you desire? Can you articulate them? Are you proud of them? Are they really your desires, or are those desires that you're supposed to have? Maybe the reason why we're not achieving our goals is because the desire that I'm supposed to have and the desire that I actually have are not really the same. I just can't admit that to myself. Or I'm doing stuff, but I don't have any desire, so I'm doing it. It's just not that effective. And so I'm doing it. I'm not getting lost in some dumb conversation. I'm just not seeing major results because I've put my mouth and my hands into it, but I haven't put my heart into it. And from the little that I know, from the mouths of little from Rabbi Levi, that desire is everything. Intention is everything. Your mind, your heart, your soul, you invest into what you do, and that thing creates quality in your hours. If you want your minutes to be filled with quality, you have to make sure your minutes are intentional. Slow down so that you get the right shot. Adjust your scope. Be intentional so that when you fire at the target. And if we realize that the most precious thing we have is the minute before us, we realize that we have to worry about all those dilutive things. And we have to realize that we have to engage in our bodies to engage in hard things, but then realize that really, if I want my minutes to be qualitative, I gotta put my heart into them. Be fully present. Be all in. Switch task. Think before I do. Think before I act. Think before I speak. Intentionally ask myself what I'm trying to accomplish. Put my desires, articulate my desire before I walk into the situation. Be a person of intention. And what we'll find is that each minute will be more powerful than the next, in my opinion. All right, everybody. Thanks for a great year. I mean it. I really mean it. I've been really encouraged by many of your texts and emails and messages, and God's help, I don't take that lightly. I don't take your attention lightly. I mean it. I appreciate it. Every minute you give us is valued, and I hope that you felt that, because it's what our intention is. And if you have a minute, send me a message. Let me know a little bit about your thoughts. Charlie@charlieharari.com. What'd you like about the show? What would you like in the new show? Next season, next new opportunities. When COVID hit, everyone was watching it live, or not everyone, but video was big. Maybe now podcasts. Maybe people are moving from seeing to listening. Okay, tell me. What formats do you want to see next year? What should we change? What should we keep? What do you like? What would you rather not have? But be honest. I want to hear. We're going to go back to the drawing board, so to speak, as we always do. Try to understand what we can do to give you more value with God's help, and see if we can. Are there more things we should be doing when we talk about topics, posting or sharing, or should we be talking about things differently? Should we be bringing in guests? Should we be spending more time on a topic or less? Are there topics that you liked or didn't? Take a minute over the next month, if you don't mind, and reach out. Charlie@charlieharari.com. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks so much, really. Thanks for being there. Thanks for creating an opportunity for us to take a few minutes a day and try to deepen. Of course, there's nothing that I've said that is not from God, I hope, right? I'm trying to channel as much as I can, but no one should take anything that I said that I have anything, I don't, that I know anything, I don't, that I have succeeded in anything, I haven't. I'm just a regular guy. And I only pray that the words that I said over the past year was beloved by God and by you. And I hope that's the case. And if I did anything or said anything that was insensitive, if I glossed over something where I should have spent more time, if I characterized something where I shouldn't have, if I did something that was that wasn't appropriate in any way, I'm sorry. I apologize if I offended anybody. It's never my intention. Thanks so much for an amazing year. I thank God for a great year. Amazing year. Please reach out to us. I'd love to hear from you. And with God's help, I can't wait to see you next month.
Living on a lifeline, the world doesn't ever seem to change. Looking for the sunshine, but you're caught up in the rain. It's like your eyes are wide open, but you cannot see. You're watching life pass you by like 1, 2, 3. Walking in destruction, the winds of life blur your vision. All the devastation, forever feels like you're on the run. It's time No one else can set you free, you're locked inside, and only you